Hi guys, so today my Genie garage door opener is giving me an issue. Last time I made a video on this other one and I fixed that, and I'm having an issue with this one. That every time I try to open this, it's making a lot of noise, and sometimes when I try to close it, it was not closed. A lot of noise coming from here. Here is the part number that you can order. I got this from eBay for like $3. This cover, there are 2 screws. I'm gonna unscrew that and cover it up. And one main thing you want to do is kill the power. I got the cover off, and once you got the cover off, these are the 2 screws that you want to loosen up, and then you're gonna try to move this rail a little further back so we can get access to that part. And this is 7/16, so I'm just going to take these screws out. Just be careful, there is a nut on the back, so you definitely want to hold it from the back and then unscrew it and completely take it out like this. Move that back, the only way you can do it is unscrew the other end and move the rod back. So I'm going to manually close the door, and all you have to do is just pull this lever and the door is going to start falling down, and you can close it by hand. Let it drop down. So on this side, you will see the same 2 screws, and I'm going to unbolt those so I have some lever and I can push this back. Okay, on the other side, I removed the screws. I had this type of a screw. There was no nut holding together, so I just unscrewed the 2 bolts right there. And what I did was I slide it back a little bit and just put it over there. If you have another person who can help you, that's great. They can hold this while you move it from the front. So now I can shift this back just a little bit, and I think I have enough room back there that I should be able to get into that. Okay, so here's something I did. I put a loop through this, so once I move this back, there's no support and this thing can fall down. So if you have somebody who can hold it, that's great. I don't have anybody except for my 4-year-old. So I put this right here, and I'm holding this like this. So now once I remove this, even if the rail falls down, this thing is going to hold it. And I think I have support on the back side. If you have some kind of anchor on the back side, not a bad idea to hold that a similar way, but I think I'm good over here. So now I'm going to try to remove this, and there you go. Now you can see it's coming off, and I have all these wires tied. This is stopping me from going further, so I'm just going to untie this back. Just keep in mind you have 2 wires that is going all the way back there. One of them is for the sensor on that end, and the other one goes to those corner black safety sensors. I did remove this one sensor right here, the switch. It was mounted right here, and I just dropped it down because once you start moving the rail, it's going to stretch on the wires. So I just removed the wires from the top and just let it hang in, so I have enough room for me to just pull it back. And I think I'm ready to move this thing back. You just want to make sure you don't drop these things. There's a rubber piece, and there I can see the piece that I need to replace. So I'm just going to move it back and get to it. I'm going to get a needle nose plier and get the piece a little bit back, and now I can grab that piece with the needle nose plier. And here it is. You can see it's deteriorated, so I'm going to replace that with a new one. Okay, so here's a new piece, and I'm just going to look at how the nut is inside and align it the same way. So there you go. Now it's in all the way in, and now you have to look at you have to align the shape for this thing similarly, and just sliding this all the way in, and seems like it's in all the way. And I'm going to put the screws back in and move this piece back, and put these 2 screws back in, those 2 screws back in. I'm going to align all these wires back and install this sensor back there. and remove anything else that I did, and just make sure my lubrication is good. And I think I should be ready to go at that. Okay, so I put everything back to normal, installed that switch right there, and cleaned up the wiring, put it on top. There are small tabs that I put on top. It came with it, and everything is nice and organized. Put the plug back in. Another thing I did was I just took this piece out, and I apologize, I wasn't able to record it. My hands were really dirty. But once I had that bar removed, all I had to do was just slide that thing out, but just make sure this thing is disengaged. Right now it's engaged. Engaged meaning the garage will operate, the door will operate as soon as you turn the motor on, but once you pull this lever back, it disengages, and then you can just slide that piece, the black piece, out from there. And I just did some cleaning, checked on the thread. There are thread on that thing, just to make sure everything is good, and mine was good, so I just put everything back to normal, put some lube in there, some grease, and now I think I'm ready to do some testing. Another couple of things you can do is if you have some kind of lubrication, WD-40 or something, put that on top of the spring, you know, spray that whole thing out. There are bearings that you can put some lubrication in, and so now I think it's time for me to do the testing. I'm going to see if it works. Okay, so it seems like I did not engage this part. So here's what I'm talking about. You pull this back and now it's engaged. Now it's engaged, and now open the garage. There you go. And I don't see this thing vibrating or anything like that, or making a lot of noise or anything like that. I think it's pretty quiet and it's working good. So I think that fixed the problem.